You know, that feeling when your exam is just around the corner and you realize there's a mountain of syllabus left to cover. Well, welcome to my world today. In this video, I'm diving into an intense geography study grind to prepare for my tomorrow's test, and I'm doing each and everything from scratch. Since I wasn't even aware of what is my geography syllabus until now, I had to start from zero attending YouTube lectures, taking detailed handwritten notes, and revising non stop. I'm taking you along for the ride as I tackle it all from the ground up. अगर यहाँ तक आ ही गए हो और अभी तक मेरा नाम नहीं पता, so let me just give you a quick intro of mine. So hello everyone, I am Sanku Kreja, your virtual study buddy. I am in 11th, belongs to humanities stream. Here, I create engaging content focused on studying, lifestyle and daily updates. But before we start, I have a question for all of you. What's the one subject that always feels the most challenging for you? Drop your answers in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys find the toughest or most daunting. Alright, let's get started. This is going to be one long but productive study session. The moment I sat down for my study session 1, I knew I was in for a long ride. The chapter Water Oceans isn't just vast, it's deep, both figuratively and literally. I began with fundamentals, जैसे how oceans cover nearly 71% of Earth's surface and why they are crucial for climate regulation. The first segment focused on the composition of ocean water, जिसमें salinity, temperature और density के बारे में बताया है. These aren't just numbers, they define ocean circulation and marine life. और एक जगह I consumed a bit more time than other topics, so it was a concept of thermoclines and it is a crucial topic for exam purpose as well. So I made sure to highlight key points for later revision. और ये लेक्चर था भी 3-3.5 घंटे का and along with jotting down important key points while attending lecture took way more time, knowing that this was just the beginning of my geography prep marathon. Meanwhile, in the lecture, I had this new flavor Lari Choco Pie with Choco Burst. And then study session 2. Felt like a test of endurance. After covering the basics, it was time to explore oceanic temperature variations and salinity distributions, two major factors shaping the movement of the ocean water. This part was intense. मुझे समझना था कि how factors like latitude, ocean currents and freshwater inflows after salinity is found in tropical regions due to higher evaporation, while the lowest is near polar zones where melting ice dilute ocean waters. उसके बाद I had to go through with this thermocline circulation, also known as the global conveyor belt. This process, driven by the temperature and salinity differences, controls the deep sea currents and influences global climate. था तो ये बड़ा complex, but breaking down into simple steps helped me grasp this concept. बस जैसे ही study session खत्म हुआ, I felt a mix of exhaustion and satisfaction. 2 sessions down, but अब बस एक final shift बचा था before I call this chapter complete. After hours of deep diving into this vast topic of ocean water, finally entered the last stretch, Certification 3. At this point, my brain was already overloaded with thermoclines, salinity variations, and oceanic temperature distributions. But I had no choice, I had to complete it today. So I set up my study session once again, grabbed my notebook, and started final revision of this lecture. It felt like a marathon, but with every passing slide, I knew I was inclining closer to the finishing line. इस सेशन में ज़्यादा कुछ complexity थी तो नहीं. It was mostly about tides, ocean currents and their impact on global climate. Understanding them was crucial because this part holds significant weight in exams. So I made sure to note down key points that would help in quick revision later. By the end of the 3 hours 45-minute lecture, I was drained but relieved chapter 1 was officially done. Well, at least the lecture part. The real task was yet to begin, notes preparation. And then शाम को पापा ये तंदूरी मसाला चांप ले आए थे, which were absolutely perfect, and I enjoyed it with my family. After finally wrapping up the extensive ocean water chapter, I then jumped straight into the next one, movements of the ocean water. Unlike the previous chapter, which I tackled in shifts, this one was all about pushing through in one go. The chapter focused on different types of ocean movements, waves, tides, and currents. Honestly, this was a relief compared to the previous marathon session because the concepts here felt more structured and direct, or as lecture की duration थी भी कम than previous lecture, so I was able to complete this in one go. The most intriguing part, understanding how the moon's gravitational pull and Earth's rotation shape the rhythmic movement of ocean tides. It was fascinating to see how something as massive as the ocean dances to celestial forces. By the time I reached the end of this lecture, my mind was packed with terms like upwelling and downwelling, but one thing was clean: this chapter was crucial, and I had to ensure I retained the concepts well for revision. With both lecture sessions done, it was time to switch gears, note making mode on. I grabbed my notebook and started summarizing key points from the ocean water chapter. This was an information heavy topic, so my focus was on breaking down complex terms into digestible notes. तो मैंने शुरू करा composition और properties of ocean water के साथ, जैसे salinity, temperature और density variations. So the trick was to structure the notes in a way that would make my revision easier, so I used bullet points and flowcharts. Then came the essential diagrams from the thermohaline layer to salinity distribution maps, but मैंने diagrams नहीं बनाए because I didn't had that much time कि मैं diagrams बनाऊँ फिर उसको properly अपने notes को structurize करूँ. So I was just jotting down the important theoretical part. मैं सिर्फ theoretical part लिख रहा था so that I can just memorize that before my unit test, and it would be easier for me to score very well in my unit test. By the time I closed my notebook, I had a solid foundation of handwritten notes, concise, structured, and ready for quick recall. In this session, I am preparing notes for movements of ocean water, structuring key points for quick revision and better retention. With all the lectures attended and notes prepared, it was time for the final step, learning everything thoroughly. I spent the rest of the night going over my notes and NCERT questions, but off camera, since my phone battery died. This was the real grind, making sure everything was logged in before the test. बस फिर अपनी बुक्स वगैरह को साइड कर रहा, भगवान का नाम लेकर सो गया, बिकॉज इससे ज़्यादा पढ़ने की हिम्मत मेरे में थी नहीं. सो वट एवर आई हैव स्टडीड टुडे, आई विल बी रिवाइजिंग इट टुमारो मॉर्निंग, एंड गुड नाइट. So that is it for this video, guys. Hope you liked this one. If you did, then make sure to like, share and subscribe to my channel, as it will provide me motivation to create more such content like this. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon for latest updates. See you then, bye, and see you later, alligator.